It's decision day for both Russia and Finland in Group K of the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2019 qualifiers. Welcome to Perm for this all-deciding encounter. Chris Edgerton with you for this one, as both teams know a win can put them through to the finals in China later this year. For Finland, the Wolfpack, another chance to show they're developing a true European standout nation. As for their host, Russia, ranked 10th in the FIBA World Rankings, remember, a desperately sought appearance at a global gathering, World Cup or Olympics, for the first time in 7 years. Here's how the results have shaped up over the last week. Huge win for Russia, a blowout in Bulgaria, but a crucial win for Finland on home soil against France puts them still in with a sniff in Group K. This is how it lines up. Russia in third, behind the already qualified France and the Czech Republic. Finland in fourth. One of these teams will follow France and the Czechs. A Russian win sends them through. Only a Finland win by 3 points or more takes them to glory. Nothing else will do for Henrik Detman's team. Simple as that. And the trophy is here as well. And of course, with basketball royalty bringing it out as well. Fantastic to see such a wonderful reception as well. Huge night for Russian basketball, this. Remember, they didn't qualify for Spain 2014. They didn't qualify for the Rio Olympics. They simply have to be in with a chance at the end of today to win that Naismith Trophy for the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
And our team, Russian national team. Дамы и господа, наши гости, сборная Финляндии. Let's start with Finland. Number 3.
Let's see the player introductions in a moment for the Finns, especially. Even with Andrei Kirilenko on the court. Don't count these men in blue out. They've been building up to this all week. It's been a lively week in Finnish basketball as well, with Coach Detman having a few sharp things to say about how Finnish clubs prepare for their games. But if he gets them through to China 2019, then he will be a hero once again. You saw him there in the middle of your screen with the spectacles. So the Finns in blue. And of course they have Kuponen restored to the lineup. But here are the hosts. So much size in this lineup. 7 players above 2 meters tall, which is an extraordinary figure, particularly against players from Finland who are not the tallest. They do have height themselves, but the likes of Fritzson in there too. Plenty of talent in the backcourt too. Kalagin, Kvostov amongst the top 20 players in this FIBA World Cup European qualification program. There is Kalagin just stepping out, followed by Artem Zabalin. It's been sold out for weeks inside this Molot Sports Hall in Perm, and a 5-hour flight for the Finns from Helsinki to just make the trip to their near neighbours. A sign of just how much preparation you need to put in. There is not a seat to be had inside the arena as we pause for the 2 national anthems.
We will start with the anthem of Finland. Исполняется государственный гимн Финляндии.
Those Finnish fans have made the trip. They believe in this Wolfpack team. There's one or two Russians who also believe as well inside the arena. Kirilenko, of course, part of the last Russian team to win a major world medal, that bronze at London 2012. Not that long ago since he was playing, of course, only retired back in 2015. And Sergei Bazarovich has all the pressure on him to deliver, as does Henrik Detman. There's fellow feeling, I'm sure, between the two head coaches of Russia and Finland. They know what this is all about, but they also know that whoever wins is likely to be having a much happier few days in his post. There's your officials for tonight. Lazarini, Vojinovic amongst the coaching, the crew for today's game. And let's take a look at this Finnish team. Don't count them out, particularly with the likes of Petteri Köppänen restored to the lineup. There he is, number 11, talented backcourts at 2 alongside him. Core of European club experience, grounded in the NCAA, Salin, Koivisto, Jamal Wilson there too. And the diamond yet to be polished in 18 years of age, Mikael Janssinen, number 18, off to Utah later this year. But Köppänen back in the lineup after missing the game in midweek, but he has to hold fire and wait for his chance. As you see, Kuti, Wilson, Huff, Salin and Janssinen in the starting 5 for this all-important game. As for Russia, well, like Finland, they missed 1 or 2, of course. No Moskov, no Shed, but packed with experienced European talent, including 6 of those at Eurobasket 2 years ago, where they finished 4th. Real shooting presence with Kostov, number 13, and 22 Kalagin on the perimeter, and so much size as you'd expect from this Russian lineup. You can just count the number of players, all above 2 meters tall. And here's your starting lineup. Kalagin and Kostov, as expected, along with Fritzon and Forentsevich. The 3-guard lineup with Ivlev winning the vote ahead of Klimenko, who started against Bulgaria in midweek. There's intensity tonight, a real big game atmosphere inside Perm. I hope you're going to enjoy this as much as we are. And so much expectation on both teams. There is Henrik Detman, interestingly letting his assistants take the initial pre-game team talk. Bazarovich taking responsibility himself. And just to repeat the permutations before we get underway, only a Finland win by 3 points or more gets them into the hat for the finals in Shenzhen, which takes place on March the 16th, 2.5 weeks or so away. So much to look forward to. Foreign getting all the encouragement one man can take. Don't underestimate the pressure these players will be under, especially Russia. It seems crazy that a team ranked 10th in the world might miss out on the World Cup finals, but when you look at their results, they lost in Bosnia, they lost both to France in the first round as well, and of course they lost to the Czech Republic in the opening game, and that was Wisfed in the lineup. So the Russians in mainly white, Finland, as you'd expect, in blue, and we are all set to go, and this place is jumping already. Huge anticipation. It feels like we've been waiting an awful long time, but we are underway, and it's the Finns who win the tip, and it's Jamal Wilson so outstanding against France in midweek. Here he is once more, screened very closely indeed, as you would expect. Cutting, pops it up, and we are on the ball. Interesting to see Russia again continue with the three-guard formation. They've got talent inside, of course, as well, but it's a real strength for the Finns too. And they look to go for goal as Foreign puts it up, and the rebound is Sasu Salin, one of the outstanding players for Finland this year. And he did last year in these qualifiers. Here's Janssenen, the 18-year-old. Nice pop-up. But it's spurned in the end by Salin. It's going to be Finland ball. Really short half, the only man to play all 11 games so far for Finland, and he's got Salin open. And what an encouraging start this is for Finland in these early moments. Just laying down a marker at this point. Kostov with Wilson on the tight screen. Hasn't got an awful lot of room to manoeuvre. Vorontsevich. Fritzar can't get anywhere near that. Terrific rebound from Ivlev. Russians will have a go once more, but it's off the foot of Salin. That intensity very much there. Both sets of players knowing what's at stake here. Perhaps the Finns can play with a little bit more freedom. Yes, they made it last time around to the World Cup, but are they expected to win this? No, probably not. There's the three. Dmitry Kalagin, expect more of that from him. One of the very best shooting guards in the European qualifiers this year, averaging 41% before tonight's game as Huff tees up Kutik from mid-range. Nice. Good response as well. First time the crowd had got into the game after Kalagin's three-pointer. Kutik looking quite efficient at the moment. Man from Helsinki Seagulls, once at Providence. He's there again to cut out the bounce pass. Russia ball. That's not surprising, they're going to go with Kutik from the start. Such experience, 37 years of age. Started as a point guard, but has developed ever since his college days with Providence into a 4 or 5 as the early foul from Salin. Look out for that Finland, give away an awful lot of fouls. More than in most of their competitors in these qualifiers. First foul of the game after 2 minutes and 20 seconds or so. Kalagin. Foreign forward towards Ivlev with real close protection, but Janssenen can't do anything from there. Do have that inside-outside threat. You question whether the Finns have the same presence inside. Janssen's got to play big, and so too his country. Oh, that's nice. draws the foul too from Fritzson. And these Finns have not come here to make the numbers up, no question. Suspect Henrik Detman quietly encouraged by the way his players have got into the game nice and early. And that will do nicely. Finns up by 4. Early moments in this FIBA World Cup. Group K qualifier, France and the Czechs already there. One of these teams, and only one of these teams, will make it with them. Francevic kicks it back out, Kalagin off the iron. Janssen in there battling for it and does ever so well. Wilson. Salin getting an awful lot of time at the moment to Janssen at the low post with Kalagin trying to scrap with it for it. Has to get it inside. Kutty's got to put the shot up himself and makes the shot as well. Had a very quietly effective opening 3.5 minutes to Kutty. The Finns are up by 6 and the first task might just have been achieved by the Finns. They've just quietening this crowd inside Perm, though the volume levels just rising as I say that. Here's Fritzson once more. Going to drive down the lane. Francevic with so much company, lays it off beautifully for Ivlev, and he draws the foul too. What a lovely dish it was. Janssen drawn for the foul. Brilliant vision, round the back, no look pass, thank you. Fair to say, Mikael Janssen's going to get an education tonight, however this turns out. Finns still up by 3. Remember, it was 77-75 between these two teams in overtime when they met in Espoo. So we shouldn't be surprised if this is close. As Wilson does ever so well for the layup. That is superb. Jamal Wilson, so strong against France. 29 points. And he's on the money once again. Look at this. Gets past Ivlev just about. You wouldn't think that was a matchup he'd relish, but my word, he did. As Janssen steps out of the game, Carl Lindbom comes in. Probably not the wisest, not the worst move that Detman could take as Wilson steps up to the line. Bound to be a few early nerves though in the Russian camp. Such an important game for Russian basketball this. They have to qualify. They really have to qualify. Francevic over the top. Fritzson tees up Kvostov. Francevic once more with close attention from Lindbom. And at the second attempt, Balashov doesn't work out, and away come Finland. Here's Wilson once more, driving up the lane. Hint of a travel, but he got away with it. Huff. Lindbom off the iron once more. We're only in the first quarter. It feels a big game already. Oh, that's nice from Kalugin, but he doesn't get the points. Francevic recovers on the rebound. Nice step. Got a little foul in there from that's called on Kutty. Sean Huff called for the foul, in fact, as Kutty is withdrawn to the bench. Alex Manson, a huge block in the game against France on Thursday. Very hard-working official, starts his military reserve status in a couple of months too. You might feel like he's been in a war tonight. Francevic loses it. It'll be Russia ball with 8 seconds remaining. And if there's a few worries inside the Russian crowd, well, it would not be a surprise. Good opening this from Finland. The turnovers are really trying to get them into this. Balashov, Kostov, Kalagin, Kabanov now in. Francevic in for Russia. Oh, brilliant defense. Madsen, I think. And there from way down zone is Salin. Oh, superb! Finland up by 9. It is some start, this, for the Wolfpack. Kurbanov inside to Kalagin. Vorontsevich is wide open, as is Kvostov. Clips it back inside. Oh, denied. Balashov can't get any joy there. And is that a foul from Vorontsevich? No. But it's teed up nicely. They can't stop this. It's Kupanen back with a vengeance to lead the Wolfpack. And there's the early Russian timeout. Finland up by 12. Extraordinary. Well, those rebounding stats make very interesting reading. And very interesting to see Detman just stepping a distance away. But he's got to be satisfied with this. Kurpanen's only just come onto the court. And that is what Petteri Kurpanen can do. There's Madsen with another huge block. The neutrals are loving this. The Russians, I suspect not. Balashov, Kvostov, Kalagin, Kabanov, Vorontsevich on the court for Russia. Huff, Kurpanen, Lindbom, Madsen and Salin. Did you expect that scoreline? Balashov has a slightly haunted look to him right now as he prepares for the inbounds play. And here he is, Kvostov. Russia need a spark. They're not going to get it there from Kalu. He lost the ball, but that's a fantastic recovery from Vorontsevich. Kalagin doesn't draw the offensive foul, but still can't claim the basket. Kupanen at point. Real options in the backcourt here for Detman. Sean Huff, Kupanen. Russia under real pressure, but they're trying to do the same to the Finns. Cut up by Vorontsevich, who's got so much energy around the court so far. 3.8 seconds remaining on the play clock. Nice idea from Salin, but Vorontsevich easily cutting it out. Salin makes way, in fact, for Koivisto, another of these talented guards, once at UNC Greensboro. Kurpanen looking for Huff. Huff's got to put it up straight away on the fader. He's asking a lot, but he gets a slight fortuitous rebound. There's Kurpanen. He doesn't miss from there. Finland up by 14 in Perm. And the Russians need a spark. The pressure looking like dead weights on their shoulders right now. Balashov kicks it back out for Vorontsevich. Kalagin, he's going cold at the moment, 1 from 5. Vital here that the Finns make hay. Madsen. Kurpanen back inside to Madsen. Can he tee it back up to the perimeter? Yes, he can, but Lindbom won't convert from there. This is going to be tasty. Whatever happens from here. Oh, that's nice, Kalagin, no. Denied by Huff. It's a second early foul for number 7, Sean Huff. Cousin of the Dallas Cowboys running back Ezekiel Elliott. I suspect 1 or 2 in Valparaiso, keeping an eye on events here. Huff is hooked. And on comes Tobias Palmy, 1'94" guard from the Qatar club. Kalagin to the line. Every point matters at the moment for the Russians. They're so good usually from three-point range, but they've been a little poor from there, just 33% from outside, and one of the top shooting sides, actually, teams in the whole of the European qualifiers, top 5 in fact. As they put the full court on Kupanen, but there was a nudge from Balashov, which the officials didn't like. The Burin into the game, by the way, for Kalagin. Koivisto, Kupanen, Lindbom, Madsen and Palmy on the court for Finland. Koivisto! Oh, great vision to find Palmy under the basket. Everything that they wanted, the Finns, is coming right at this moment, but it's very early days as it's lost by Russia. Kabanov, who's been introduced for this one into the 12. He's called on. As Kuti, who was so quietly effective in the opening moments, comes back into the game for Lindbom. Fostov for Russia. Vorontsevich from way back. That's a brick. And 1 or 2 whistles now inside the arena from these home fans. Kuti faked the shot, but in the end gave Koivisto the responsibility. 26 points, and we've still got 2 minutes to play in the first. And it's given away once more. Here's Kuti! Layup is good, and it's another timeout. Just basic errors here from the home team. And Kuti couldn't wait to leap onto that one. Look at the Finn fans in there. There's not many inside the arena, but they're loving every single moment right now.
И нужно запускать особую магию трибун. Выключаем музыку и заряд посложнее. Отвечай, молот! Вперед! Команда! Мы
Well, he's had a great day so far, hasn't he? The perfect shooting record, as you'd hope. Not necessarily expect even from one of your most experienced players. Bear in mind this is out without Lauri Markkanen, who was in fine shooting form yesterday for the Bulls. Gubanov in for Vorontsevich on the Russian side. And finally, something goes right as Balashov tips it in. Kupanen. Koivisto doesn't have an awful lot of movement ahead of him. But Kupanen, you don't give him space like that. Russians got away with that. Still down by 16, mind you. Foul called then on Palmy. The Russians will go to the line. Kermanov drawing the foul from Palmy. He's only had limited minutes so far in these European qualifiers. Jamal Wilson back in for Koivisto. And the Finnish signing Kalagin in for Kvostov. 2 from 2. Plenty of time for the Russians to kick back in. Wilson. We're going to drive it up the lane as he did so successfully on Thursday. Kurti. Kurpinen shakes off the attentions of the Russians for now. Here is Madsen stepping this way, and that puts the basket away. And the foul before the basket put away. Called on Kalagin. Russians still with a foul to give, which is about all that's gone well for them in this opening quarter. Kurti. Madsen. Palmy. Nowhere near the bucket. Already, you're just sensing that the Finns can't quite keep the level up that they sustained for the first 7 or 8 minutes or so, as a foul is called inside. I think it's on Madsen. Finns shooting 66%. I mean, that is extraordinary. Inside, it's 83%. As Madsen steps out, and this hugely talented Janssenen comes back in. Efficient scorer, good rebounder, but this is a slightly different level as Palmy makes way too. Salin back in for Palmy. And Semen Antonov restored to life. Such a vital player. Another of the Eurobasket 2017 survivors. There, wearing 11 in the middle of your picture. Kermanov makes both. They're not giving up in a hurry. Just important here that Finland can close this quarter off. Certainly can't afford a turnover. Just don't let the Russians back into this. Inside the final 10 seconds, Wilson tees it up. Will he go alone, or did he go to Kurti? He's going to take it on himself, I think, or he's trying to. Kurti tees it up off the iron, but that's okay from a Finnish point of view. Kalagin's got the smiles, but that's been a difficult quarter for the home team. Down by 12. The Finns with extraordinary figures. Shooting 63% all told, and they've got every reason to deserve that 12-point advantage. 63% overall shooting, 76% inside, and they've still to catch fire outside. Just 2 from 6, but they might have caught Russia on the hop. And there's your stats. And what a percentage that is. 70% in excess of 77% to be precise. Inside shooting from Finland. 10 from 13. They've executed so well. Here's your key moments of the first quarter as well. And Kurti with a largely perfect display so far. They found so much space. You feel that the Russians have been expecting the backcourt challenge from the Finns up until this point. And it's a pretty good coaching display so far to keep them on the back foot for as long as they've been able to. Remember, the Russians have won their last 4 games. Finns have just won the last 2, but they have not won 3 in a row. But you do feel that the test really starts from here now. It's almost as if the Finns have got to start again. Antonov, Baburin, Gurbanov, Kulagin, Kurbanov in the lineup for the Russians. Janssen and Kuti, Palmy, Salin and Wilson for the team for whom I'm sure Helsinki feels an awful long way away right now, and it is. It's 5 hours on a plane. Oh, that's poor from Kurbanov. Well, he's telling Baburin he should have been 3 yards to his left-hand side. Well, you've got to deliver the pass for him, my friend. Jamal Wilson. Gets it back from Palmy. Salin. Nudged off his balance for now, but still with possession. Wilson can't find the iron, and now the Finns have to just raise that level once more. Russians had a strong end to the quarter. Kulagin shakes off Wilson, off the iron once again. Kulagin, 1 from 6 now. And for a man who's had such a fine qualification campaign up until now, that's not good enough. Russians looking for backcourt violation there, but they're not going to get it. Foul called on Baburin. Salin has Wilson in open court. Kalugin couldn't cut it off, but it's nice defense from Kubanov, and away comes Kalugin with the layup, and the volume's rising now. Back to 10. Finland's greatest lead was 18. Could do with some points on this play, you would think. Here's Palmy for them with Gurbanov in his face. Kurbanov too. Wilson going to drive it up the lane himself. Denied by Kulagin. That is strong work from Dmitry Kulagin. And yes, it's a foul called on him, but it's a message to Wilson. Not in my match. And when he plays well, the Russians do play well. Wilson has to cope with his emotions and the crowd as well. Two from 2. Jamal Wilson. Brilliant to see if you're watching from Albany or indeed the Bronx. Jamal, a Finnish citizen, 3 or 4 years I say, has a Finnish wife. Very settled indeed, and 35 years young. We've seen a few occasions, but not many like this. Baburin finds Kulagin. Palmy just staying on him. And now he's double-teamed as well with Kuti in there, but he's still got past the ball. That is brilliant. Dmitry Kulagin finally arriving at the party. 9 points now to his name. Russians within 10, and after the horror show of the first quarter they've had, I might not be unhappy with that. Palmy with the ankle breaker. Can only find iron after that. The rebound falls Kabanov's way. Feels like the tide is shifting here. Finland have got to be steady on the feet. Kulagin double-teamed once more. So much space. Here's Kabanov again off the iron. Great rebound, mind you, from Kubanov. Kamargin tees it up once more. Kabanov has to go inside and does the job. And it's a finished timeout. And it's no surprise the Russians really on the money on these opening moments in the second quarter. 7:16 to play. It's Finland up by 8.
We have to play harder. We have to play harder. We have to play harder. All right? Yeah. We gotta, and don't ask for goals. Play basketball. Play basketball. Let's put the basketball inside once, because now the pressure is so huge here that it gets stuck. Let's go next place. You'll see again like in the beginning.
Detman's instruction, pretty simple. Raise the level, play harder. His first insertion into the conversation on the sideline. Kamargin now 4 from 9, but he was 1 from 6 as well. He's just started to up the intensity there. Wilson under so much pressure, but he's got away from them, and he's brilliantly pulled it off, despite Antonov's best intentions. This is what you want. This is all that the FIBA World Cup qualification process is all about. Days like this, as Jansson's called for a foul in the paint. Wilson, in fact. But what about this? The strength and determination, and leaps high above Antonov. Gets away from half of Russia, it would seem. Gubanov. Well, just muscles Janssen out of the way. Determined to go to the basket. You're seeing much more inside play now from Russia. They've closed the lanes off to the Finns. And they've got to respond. Kuti, all on his own. He's been so efficient from that range, not so on that occasion. Kamargin with the rebound. Antonov drives it up himself, off the glass. 6-point margin. Now the Finns really have to respond. Janssen doesn't know where to go. Salin, Sean Huff back into the game. Gonna drive it up from the low post and fade away instead. Doesn't work. Some slightly haunted looks about these Finnish players right now as Kamargin fails to connect. 5:30 inside in this half as Wilson pumps it up, and again it's nothing but iron. The nerves, there are plenty on both teams right now. Kamargin finds the space, brings everybody up on their feet, and now Russia are within 4. And this patchwork of a display from Russia is beginning to be sewed together now. Janssen to Wilson. It's been the only outlet so far, but when you can do that, why not? Just dims things slightly. As Detman prepares a raft of replacements, so too Basarevich. Savic. Antonov from distance, off the iron. Kalagin brings the Mullet Sports Hall alive once more. It's a great atmosphere. And Wilson once more. A little bit on the greedy side there, perhaps. Janssinen can't get there for the rebound. Back come Russia. Just what Finland didn't need. Antonov from the free throw line. No mistake. Timeout called. And now Russia, even though they trail by 3, it feels like they're 3 in front. What a comeback. And Semen Antonov knows exactly what to do. Timeout Finland.
We have to battle. We have to battle. We have to battle. Hey, we gotta get back into the game through our defense. Through our defense, through our defense. We gotta battle. Now we are stopped. Let's push it away. We gotta battle. We gotta run.
Парни, хорошая активность, все меняемся, на последних секундах атаки. Правильно. Сейчас надо будет мотор забрать все вместе. Окей? Мы должны использовать то, что раз, два, растянуто поиграть. Давай! Сыграйте! Эй!
A sign of how the fates have changed in the second quarter. Finland 2 from 8 from the field. Russia 8 from 12. Not only are they getting more looks, they're connecting more often. Finland have to change things now. Koivisto. Kuppinen into the game. Perhaps could have been called back in a little earlier, but maybe. Lindbom. Here is Kuppinen. 5 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to do it himself. No, kicks it back out. Madsen puts it up. Doesn't find anything but the glass. Chance for the Russians to draw level for the first time. Antonov, Fritzson, Krostov, Ukov, and Savic. Listen to this crowd inside the arena in Perm. Ukov nearly goes down a blind alley, but he's bailed out by Krostov. He might tee it up himself. Off the iron, who's got the rebound? Savic has it. No, foul called on Lindbom for reaching in. So few fouls in this game so far. Plenty of room to give for both teams. But it's everything we expected. And a little bit more besides as well. Savic. Fostov falls back to halfway for now. Oh, driven up in so much space, and how on earth has Fritzson not made the most of that opportunity? Good work from Kuppinen to get that away. He's being double teamed right now. Back inside, here's Madsen, has to make sure, because he lost it. It's all messy in there. Somehow Finland still have it. We'll reset and go once more. Kuppinen. Zukov in his face. Gets it back from Lindbom. No space whatsoever for him. Offensive foul call, was it? Fritzon's looking for it. He's not going to get it. Look at that. It was all very much, it just shows the commitment from both sets of players. Fritzson a little late. That's a good call by the officials in my book. And it's Koivisto who goes to the line. Six-point game. Finns just about doing enough at the moment, but they're going to need more than this in the second half for sure. Oh, that's a great pass. Savic, here's Kvostov. He's going to float it up. No, he won't. but he gets it back in the corner. Rims out once more. Koivisto with the rebound. Kuppinen in open court. Surely going to put it up. Can't connect. Lindbom rather, with a good rebound, but it goes between Huff's leg. Going to be Russian ball. 1:52 left in the half. And this is so good to watch. Hope you're enjoying it. Keep up to date on all of the other qualifiers via the FIBA basketball website. Plenty have made it to China 2019, Czech Republic, Germany, Greece, France, Italy, Lithuania, Poland, Spain and Turkey. But there are still spots to be decided. Group L, very, very intriguing as well, with the likes of Serbia, Israel, Georgia there too. But let's focus on this one. Kvostov, all on his own. Gubanov goes himself. It's very physical in the paint at the moment. And Koivisto, I think, has been called for the foul. And still with plenty of fouls to give, though, so. Russia ball, no foul given, in fact. Vronsevich. Fritzon. Nudge in the back from Gubanov to create the space. Koivisto, all he can do is lean all the way back, but he's been called for the foul. It doesn't matter what Sean Huff says, the officials have called it. And Gubanov will go to the line. Koivisto, just his first foul. Huff on 2 fouls for Finland. Kilagin on 2 fouls for Russia, as is Fritzon. Rims out once more, but Vronsevich has the rebound. Kvostov gives it back to Vronsevich. Fritzon tries to go down the lane. Lindbom there with him, but it can't be denied. Vitaly Fritzon, despite Madsen's protest, he's looking for the call there. I don't know quite what he is seeking, but he's not going to get it, and the officials have to just step in and say, let's calm it down. That's good officiating. It is a bit tasty. It's a little bit fractious out there, I should expect. Everyone who wants to be in China later this year. Kuppinen for Finland. Koivisto. Huff was open for a moment, but too late. Over the top to Lindbom. And there's the battle for it on the floor once more. It'll be Finland ball. You cannot take your eyes off this right now. Heaven knows what's going to happen if it's this close with a minute to play in the second half. Just let me remind you, Finns need to win by 3 or more. Nothing less will do. If it's a Finnish win by 2, or indeed 1 point, Russia still qualify for China. And obviously a straight Russian win gives them the place in the finals later this year. Kuppinen finds Salin. But Madsen can't make anything of it. Tried to do it all himself. Russians have a chance to tie. And what a bonus this would be after that first quarter they didn't enjoy. Ukov, Vronsevich. Foul in the paint. It's going to be Koivisto again, I think. It's a real mismatch between him and Gubanov. Koivisto's second foul. Wilson coming back in, as is Kurti. Kurpinen, Kurti, Neninen, Salin and Wilson for Finland. Fritzson, Gubanov, Kvostov, Ukov and Fontsevich for Russia. 8-second differential between the play clock and the shot clock. Inside from Fritzson, that's nice! Gubanov with the finish. Russia back within one. Last chance for Finland here. Kurpinen puts it up from mid-range. That didn't look the sort of shot Kurpinen normally produces. And that will be that, unless it's something spectacular. Off the glass it comes from Fritzson. What a first half we've had in Perm. Russia 37, Finland 38. A first quarter dominated by the visitors, who led by 12. 28-16 is how they took it, shooting 73%. But you bet these Russian players, the bulk of whom finished fourth at Eurobasket 18 months or so ago, would come back, and they did, with more presence in the paint, cut off the lanes. Look at that, Finland down to 57%, which is great, but bear in mind 73 in the opener. 52% now Russia inside. Rebounds, pretty similar. Good few more offensive rebounds for Russia, which will worry Finland coach Henrik Dekman. And not much difference in terms of blocks, turnovers and fouls between these two teams. Let's show you some of the key moments, and at various stages in this contest it has been very, very physical indeed. So competitive. Finns going inside a little bit more, finding open court, which must have been a worry for that man Sergei Bezarovich. He knows what it takes to compete at a World Cup, having won silver back in 1994. Kurti was perfect for the bulk of the first quarter, and he was on the end of that particular turnover to finish things off there. But Kalagin, who'd had a quiet first quarter, he was one of those who picked the pace up in that latter part of the first quarter, but especially in the second quarter. Baburin making the call. Wilson, perhaps not as effective as he was against France, but there's still time for that. And he's had his moments. There's probably his best play of the game. Under pressure, being double-teamed, and then finds the floater. So much expectation inside the arena. These Russian players just have to deliver on that. We're fascinated to see what happens. Join us for the second half shortly.
Россия, хорошо. Пермь, офигенно! Дамы и господа, для вас выступали группа поддержки главной команды страны. Пермское государственное хореографическое училище. Чемпионы мира, танцевальный спортивный клуб «Дуэт». А также всемирно известный танцующий оркестр «Урал-Бэнд» Александра Павлова. Пришел момент, дамы и господа, разыграть отличный подарок от компании Bingo Boom. Это беспроводная колонка JBL. Будем разыгрывать по классической схеме с помощью лототрона. И прямо сейчас мы, в общем-то, готовы это сделать. Вот подарок, вот лототрон. Вращаем и определяем того, кому достанется этот замечательный приз. Итак, сектор Д. Отлично. Колонка только одна, ребята, поэтому продолжаем уточнять. Ряд 4. Ряд 4. Место 17. Сектор Д, ряд 4, место 17. Встаньте, где вы есть? Мола, давайте поаплодируем этому человеку. Мы ждем вас после выхода на паркет для того, чтобы вручить вам ваш подарок. Поздравляем!
Российская Федерация баскетбола благодарит правительство Пермского края, Центр спортивной подготовки Пермского края, баскетбольный клуб «Парма» за активное участие в организации и проведении квалификационного матча Кубку мира по баскетболу FIBA 2019. Российская Федерация баскетбола благодарит за доверие и поддержку официального партнера РФБ и мужской сборной России по баскетболу, букмекерскую компанию «Bingo Boom», официального перевозчика национальных сборных команд России по баскетболу, авиакомпанию «Аэрофлот», технического спонсора компанию «Adidas», информационного партнера матча радиостанцию «Щит FM», современная музыкальная FM-радиостанция, частота в Перми 100,7. И, наконец, компанию «Ювенко», ведущего оператора торговых автоматов в городе Перми.
Ну а прямо сейчас мы запускаем нашу дэнс-камеру. Друзья, вы знаете, что нужно делать? Ни в коем случае нельзя стесняться, нужно показывать все, на что вы способны. Автор самого зажигательного танца получит фирменную футболку главной команды страны. Итак, если вы видели себя на экране, друзья, вам нужно делать лишь одно. Танцевать, как вот этот позитивно заряженный молодой человек. Пока он единственный, а значит главный претендент на приз. Вот еще, ребята, отлично. Так держать. Да, классный трек для хороших танцоров. И если вы готовы показать весь свой стиль, самое время это сделать. Двигаемся в ритм, показываем всем свои уникальные движения. Да, отлично, отлично. Весьма неплохо получается. Девчонки, ваш звездный час настал. Кто еще здесь есть? Танцоры, где вы? Красавчик! Давай, 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 двигайся, двигайся! Молодец! Я думаю, что пока как главный претендент. Да, здесь не надо чем-то занятый. Привет, привет, ребята, у нас дэнс-камера, это означает, что нужно танцевать! Все вместе! Мола, никто не спит! Все двигаемся в ритм!
Внимание, внимание, мы прерываем нашу дэнс-камеру для экстренного сообщения. Мы прерываем нашу дэнс-камеру для экстренного сообщения. Дорогие друзья, сегодня 25-летие отмечает игрок главной команды страны, сборной России, выступающий под С днем рождения, Станислав!
Ну что, а мы продолжаем нашу дэнс-камеру. Возвращаем все свои взгляды на видеокуб. Запускаем музыку и ждем от вас самого зажигательного танца. Я напомню о том, что пока главный претендент на получение фирменного приза — это молодой паренек, который очень зажигательно танцевал, да, и пока, в общем-то, его никто не обошел. Но время покажет, время еще есть, друзья. 4,5 минуты, все в ваших руках. Если видите себя на экране, начинайте двигаться, и, возможно, именно вы станете обладателем главного приза. Фирменной футболки главной команды страны. Все вместе, веселей, зажигай! Отлично, отлично, так держать, так, здесь что у нас, приятного аппетита. Танцевать будем, ребята? Отлично. Здесь у нас получился танцевальный баттл поколений. Девчонки, ребята, привет! Самое время подняться с кресел и показать свой лучший танец!
Second half is moments away. Greetings to you wherever you're enjoying this one. In the Mollet Sports Hall in Perm, 7,000 seats, all sold days ago for this do-or-die game between Russia and Finland. Winner goes through with a little complication. And as it stands right now, Russia are going through, even though Finland have the advantage. At the end of the half, 38-37 the Finns lead, despite their being well clear during a wild opening quarter. 18 points they're led by at one stage. But now it's getting tight. Just remember the permutations. If Finland are to reach China later this year, they have to win by more than 3. Any other result puts Russia into the hat for the draw in Shenzhen, which takes place on March the 16th. So a huge 20 minutes of basketball to come. Not quite sure why Vorontsevich is having selfies taken in the middle of the practice area. That seems a little unusual. But it feels like the Russians have adapted to that first quarter from Finland. They've closed the lanes off, there's more power. Perhaps spacing is a little bit better. So can Finland move the ball around a little bit and shove these huge Russian bodies around the court and create those open looks that they crave. It's going to be a huge, huge second half to come. And Detman once again sitting on the sidelines, watching his assistants do the team talk.
Если не меняются здесь, нет возможности. Сюда, ноги
Well, it would be a good contest and a fight, wouldn't it? A bear against a wolf. And will it be the Russian bear that overcomes the Finnish wolf pack? So much to look forward to. And so much pressure on these players, particularly these Russians. Dmitry Kulagin. You expect so much from him. And eventually delivered 13 points to his name. Oh. Don't know that she enjoyed half-time, do you? Huff, Janssinen, Kuti, Salin and Wilson for Finland as we get proceedings back underway. Gubanov, Kvostov, Kulagin, Kurbanov and Vorontsevich for Russia. Huff, Kuti had an excellent start to the first half, 5 from 8 overall, 11 points to his name. He's going to drive it up himself, no. Feeds Wilson, who's only got 5 seconds on the shot clock, has to go from distance, only finds the iron, and Janssinen can't get there for the rebound, but there was a foul in there, in the paint. And you can see what Sergei Bazarevich thought of all of that. Not the start the coaching team needed. Wilson then sees up Kuti, and that's what he was doing all throughout the first 6-7 minutes of the game. And Finland need a start similar to what they had at the top of the programme. Janssinen drawing the foul from Kvostov in the end. There's Gubanov, is edged out. That's great defence from Sean Huff, edging him out. More of that needed from Finland. Janssinen in the corner, can he drive it up himself? He's double-teamed in the end and draws the foul. Let's see who it's called. It's almost certainly Kurbanov. Got a little bit lucky there, the youngster. Such a bright talent. They think him in very, very fondly in Finnish basketball, but perhaps a little bit lucky that that nudge from Kurbanov stopped him going down a blind alley. Now let's see how he responds at the line. And he responds well initially. Part of the Helsinki Basketball Academy. Heading to the NCAA at the end of the year to play for Utah. Makes both. Good rebounder too. They had an excellent under-18 European Championships last year, shooting 72% overall before the Finns went out to Great Britain in the last 16. Put up from distance by Kvostov, doesn't connect. Finns up by 5 now. Salin for 3, oh my word, the Finns have started. And look at Bazarevich, absolutely screaming at his players from the sideline. And he's normally so calm in these situations too. Finns up by 8. There you are, Salin has come to the party, 3 from 4 overall. Kulagin! You know the name, you know the result. 5-point game. And you can feel the electricity in the arena as Wilson drives it up. Quite brilliant. Jamar Wilson, you little beauty. There was the 3 from way back from Kulagin, and he's drawn the foul too. That is brilliant from Wilson. Eight-point lead from Finland. Well, Coach Detman wanted them to play harder. They are iron-like by the start of the third. And the more they stay in this, the more pressure will build on these Russian players. Vorontsevich for 3. That was a brick. Wilson once more. Wilson now with 13 points. And he might put that up on the fader. Magnificent 10-point lead of Finland. Russian timeout. Jamal Wilson is on fire. And he's so important as well for these Finnish players, because if they can't get the open looks elsewhere on the court, he's got to shoulder the responsibility.
I would like that you play then, if it's possible, with handoff and then attack on the other side. So Duka, play handoff, Duka. Now you're faking. Yeah. Because he fakes. Hey! Make the screen! Make the screen! Hey! So if he helps, when you go for the screen, you got to say, let's go! Let's go!
Great spirit in that Finland team. Here's Jamal Wilson's stats for you. 5 from 9 so far. He does have a talent from three-point range, but it's more about his drive into the basket that is so effective. One of the top 5 guards in the European qualifiers, averaging 15.8 points per game. Russians down by 10. Imagine the atmosphere if it's like this with 7 to play in the final quarter. Gubanov tries to drive it up himself. Janssenen fills the breach. Vrontsevic's pass is cut out by Kuti. More problems for Russia. Wilson. Quite happy to slow it down, as you might expect, Finland. Wilson once more in the corner. Kuti puts the fadeaway up himself. Sean Huff can't get there. Vronsevich with the rebound. Kulagin. Now Salin right there. And at the second attempt, Vronsevich makes it big for Russia. What an encounter we've got here. Everything we hoped for. Russia need to win. Finland need to win by 3 if they're going to make it. And Salin is hoping he puts up better plays than that. Kalugin just about gets it away. Kvostov all open. You don't do that. You just don't do that. Wilson goes all on his own. What a response. Oh, can this game get better? Jamal Wilson with 17 now. Kulagin 16. Kvostov, that was his first points of the game. Kulagin, no point. Sean Huff on his backside, and Kulagin spots it and finds an unbelievable fadeaway. Well, when cream rises, it rises right to the top, and that is where this game is heading. How did he get that away? And he's drawn the foul from Huff too. He almost lost it. Earlier play. Look, Kvostov put away with a plump, and Vrontsevich started that whole passage himself from the top of the key. (52-48). The extra point potentially to come from Dmitry Kulagin. 26 years of age as well. He's got plenty of time on the clock. We're going to be enjoying him in a Russian jersey for many a year yet, all being well. But he wants to be in China later this summer. 3-point game as it stands. Finland are in, but only 1 point more for Russia puts the Russians into qualification mode. Salin. Here's Madsen. Köpinen on the court now. Host of changes brought in by Detman. Köpinen Tees up off the glass, Johan Nenen. Brilliant. What a pull-up jumper that was. Finland up by 6. And have they got it there? Nenen's got it, but it's out of bounds. Russia ball, but at least he's just stopped the momentum at this stage. What about this hustle from the young man? 31 years of age, to be fair. Had a spell with Regatas Corrientes in Argentina at one stage. That apart, has played all of his basketball in Finland. There's been quite a debate this week with Henrik Detman rather laying into the Finnish clubs in the top division about their standards of practice. Well, if the Finns deliver here and somehow get to China at Russia's expense, he'll be an absolute hero. All of that will be forgotten. Vorontsevich, Kalagin. Here's Gubanov, who's been quietly effective for Russia since he arrived on the court. Kostov onto the floor goes Kalagin. Madsen seems will pick up another foul. Finn's been very, very keen to just keep 1 or 2 fouls up their sleeve. They do have a reputation for giving a good few fouls away. Vorontsevich. From the corner it goes. Gubanov in there battling for it, but Finland will come away with it. Kuppinen, it's been rather quiet. And laid up nicely by Tobias Palmi. Well, 8-point lead now for Finland. It's not panic stations just yet, though, for the Russians, but there will be concern as it's given away again. Turnover ball. Salin in there spoiling. Yeah, Kuppinen only had 10 minutes on court, more or less. 5 points, 2 from 5. Such a rivalry between these two teams, of course. So much history between the two countries as Kuppinen is hustled out of it by Gubanov. Finland ball. Kuppinen once more. Russians on the full court, but Palmi puts it up. That wasn't that far away. Off the iron it goes, and away comes Kalagin for Russia. Salin, offensive foul! Kalagin denied, and Salin is the toast of Finland right now. And it's a great call because he's right in there and the arm goes out. Officials having a terrific game here. 57, 49, plenty more qualifier action to come, not just in Europe, Asia as well. If you think it's complicated here, my word, you should see the permutations in Asia right now. Go to the FIBA Basketball World Cup website, you'll get all the details there. Kuppinen inside, kicked back out, and here's Koivisto for 3! And listen to the tumbleweed in the arena. No question these Russian fans are worried now. 11-point lead, it's more than enough right now. It's Krosnov, kicks it back out, but Burin off the iron. Kuppinen with a rebound. There's still time for a twist or two, but it's riveting stuff. Greetings to Jeff Taylor, who's watching this, no doubt. Plenty in Finland too, as Finland can't quite pull off the play. Nenen from the corner. 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Vorontsevich slowing things down, which is a little weird to say. Fritzson, Vorontsevich, there's no movement ahead of them. Oof, that was strong. Nenen into the face of Kalagin, but Fritson's too late. And while the Russians wait for the call, the Finns are punching the air. Kvostov can't quite believe there's not been a call. And the official's just there as if it's just a gentle Sunday afternoon stroll. 24-second violation then. Turnover's beginning to worry Russia right now. Not a huge problem right now, but they've got to raise their game. Köpinen gets the screen from Madsen. It's inside to Madsen, but there's a foul called on Gubanov, I think. And that combination working very nicely for Finland right now. Foul count, by the way. Huff on 3 fouls for Finland is really the only one in trouble on that side of things. Kalagin's got 3. That's a problem for Russia. As Madsen makes the first of his 2. A 13-point lead. There aren't many who predicted this with 2:20 to play in the third, as Wilson, I think, is called for around, or is it Nainen? It is Nainen. They'll be quite happy with this now. It's so important, though, for the Finns that they don't let the Russians build momentum in these remaining moments. How often do you see it when all the hard work is done, and then as the closing seconds run out, your opposition put on a run? Fritz on them with the inbounds play. Burin. To the corner it goes. Antonov. So much time left in this. You wouldn't dare call it. Do not go anywhere else. Finland up by 10. They need to win by 3 or more. Wilson picks up brilliantly. Oh, he can't supply the finishing touch. Fritz on with a rebound. Make that 11-point game, of course. Kvostov gets away from Wilson for a moment. Back in there for more. Here's the dual national. Foul called on Nainen, who's got a bit of license to just rough the Russians up. There's an awful lot of Finns like to do. Second foul for him.
Finland has 14 fouls in the third quarter.
Fascinating points in this game, though. Russians have to get something. If they're within 5 or 6 at the end of the quarter, then you'd probably back them from here as Fritzson puts it up, and puts it up successfully. 8-point lead now for Finland. Janssinen almost lost by Köpinen under pressure from Burin. Wilson driving it up once more. It's his real specialty. Somehow got it away, and that is a bonus. Janssinen feeling salad. Koivisto, I beg your pardon. 11-point game. Koivisto into double digits now. Look at that. Perfect as well. 4 from 4. Fritzson can't get away from Janssinen, who's in there closely. Puts it up off the iron, but Fritzson's going to go to the line, and he's hurt as well as he's gone over on his ankle. Janssenen's second foul in the end. And there was Koivisto from way downtown. Both teams now in the penalty, so Fritzson will go to the line. He would have gone to the line anyway, of course, wouldn't he? 3 free throws awarded, though. That makes all 3. That takes Russia to within 8. You just know Finland won't be entirely comfortable at this stage. Even if Fritzson were to miss this one. And he does, it rolls out, but tip back in, and that's nice. That is a real bonus. Finns up by 7. Plenty of time for Russia to get a play away. There's Kuti. Here's down by the end line. Stolen, Baburin. Volume rising as Fritzson from the perimeter gets it away when he could have shot himself. Second and a half differential. Here's Gubinov out of bounds, is it? Yes, Finland ball. Relief all round for the Wolfpack. And that's a real blow as they decide to put Sean Huff back into the game. Janssenen will step out. Fritzson's seen enough for now as well. Fritzson just 2 from 5 so far. Wilson. Is he going to do it himself all again? Into the last 5 seconds. Wilson drives it up himself. Hasn't got the power to put it up. And the Russians will try from way back and it won't work out for them. And we have got some final quarter to come in Perm. 58-65. The Finns battling away, but you know the Russians have more in the locker. And they can win this from here. Have no doubt about that whatsoever.
World. The FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. You want it? Come and get it.
And you don't want to miss out and avoid Kobe and Co. We're part of the main draw that takes place next month for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. And this is what it means. Some of the key moments from the third quarter. Kalagin has hardly had it all his own way, but we've seen him step it up from 3-point range in particular. Wilson has been there chipping away. It was just fabulous from a finish point of view to see them start the third quarter as they started the opener. Wilson now 17 points, 6 from 12. Kalagin, by the way, for Russia, 19 points, 7 from 12, 5 from 7 inside. Kvostov, he's had a quiet night. Russians need more from him. Kvostov, who's been averaging 55% from 3-point range so far. He's made just 1 from 4 tonight. Koivisto, not one of the stars perhaps in this Finnish lineup. There aren't that many, but he's contributed. And a penny for the thoughts of Lauri Markkanen, who I'm sure is watching this somewhere. He wants to be in China. Can they finish this off? Russians looking to make sure they're in a first global gathering since 2012. And that's a good start for them. Antonov, now with 11 points. His first 3-point shot of the night. A 4-point advantage. Remember, Finland have to win by 3 or more. Huff draws the foul as well from Antonov. That'll do nicely. Antonov's first foul. Big call to put Huff on with 3 fouls to his name. Hasn't made a single point yet so far. Huff, Koivisto, Köppen, Madsen, Wilson. Oh, brilliant! Alex Madsen! You know, you're not going to stop him from there. Into the game for Kuti, who was pulled out 30 seconds into the quarter. Foster puts it up. 3-point game. We're right on the limit. And Wilson Has drawn the foul from Baburin. Where has Kvostov been all night? Great screen. No getting past Gubanov there. Baburin, by the way, now with 2 fouls. But here's Wilson, Salin in for Kuppinen incidentally. Wilson, so important how these Finns play from deep. Who's going to get the rebound? It's Kvostov. Fritzon now for Russia. Chance to level. Kvostov's now 2 3-pointers in quick succession. Fritzon beaten to by Sean Hoff. That is great play. And here is Hoff once more. Salin inside. Madsen nowhere to go. Back to Koivisto for 3, but he draws the foul. And he'll get 3 goes from the line anyway. How can you not like basketball when it's like this? Fritzon hooked out. And Kulagin, after a little break, inevitably reintroduced. Koivisto though for 3 from the line. Misses the first. All these plays matter now. Dimitri Vitaly Fritzon, by the way, 7 points, 2 from 6. Place is rocking now. Mikko Koivisto. Well, greetings to you if you're watching this from Holy Cross High School, Lynchburg, Virginia, where he played his high school basketball. He's missed all 3. Not sure we need the announcer involved at that point, but it's brought the crowd to life. 8:24 to play. Kulagin. Vorontsevich to tie it up! He's tied it up! And look at the reactions, not just on the court, but in the stands as well. Huff was not nearly close enough. Tied at 67. At the moment, Russia going to China.
We're good. We good. We gotta play defense. We gotta play the ball. We gotta play the ball with courage. You want to dominate your offensive player. You want to get controlling. It's you. And when you play against them,
Сыграй! Палец вниз для Димы! До пик-н-ролла, Дим! До пик-н-ролла! Семен 4-м, а ты 5-м!
Продолжаем музыку!
Эй!
И пошла волна по молоду! Начинаем распад! 3, 2, 1, погнали!
Эй, вот момент, блядь! Давай! Вот момент сейчас! Надо отбиться сейчас! Давай, отбиться! Давай! Мяч мы с тобой играем, готов! Давай, Семен!
3, 2, 1, давай!
Bear in mind, the Russians have never led in this contest up until now. It's tied at 67. Vorontsevich doing his best. He's had a quiet night by his standards. But this has got so much more room to go, though. Here's Huff for Finland. Salin trying to break free from the screen. He's trying to go round the corner. Lays it up, the basket wouldn't have counted anyway. Masarovic can't understand the call, but it looks like Baburin's picked up another.
Andrei Vorontsevich, number 20, первый гол. Andrei Vorontsevich, number 20, first foul.
Vorontsevich, in fact, called for the foul.
Russia has 14 fouls.
His first. Russia only with 1 more foul to go. That might be significant, you never know. Inside the last 8, Wilson. Tees up Huff for 3. Didn't even get any iron on it. Russia with a chance to lead for the first time. Their fans so believe right now. Vorontsevich, Kulagin. He's done it from tighter situations than this, I'm sure. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gonna have to do it himself from the edge of the perimeter. It's brilliant rebound. Seven Antonov and Russia do lead. And is that a psychological blow struck for the Russians? A win is not enough for Finland, of course, but first time the Russians have led. As they make the change. 7-10 to play, and Antonov called for a technical, by the way, so the basket's not going to count. It will count. Not too much celebration at the end, it would seem. So it means that Wilson will go to the other end. So it's just a 1-point lead. Kuppinen in for Wilson. So Finland with Huff, Janssen and Kuppinen, Madsen and Salin on the court. Who's your money on from here? Kuppinen, and the pressure from Baburin. Finds Huff, gets it straight back again. Antonov this time giving him no inches whatsoever. Huff's in the corner, has to nail it and does. Finland back in front. 2-point lead. It's not enough at the moment, but it is a bridgehead. It was tight in Espoo. We shouldn't have expected anything less here, as foul's going to be called on Janssenen for a little nudge. And it is. Well, this was nice from Kuppinen. Created so much open court, and Huff was ready to take advantage. Kalagin for Onsevic. Kvostov. Baburin all open in the corner, and he's found him. And Baburin might go all the way. No, tees it up, and that's great defense once more. Foot out of bounds. A 24-second violation, in fact. It is so tight right now. Kuppinen, double teamed. Antonov gets away from Antonov. Oh, it's taken away, is it? No, the Russians won't get that. 9 seconds remaining on the play clock. So much hustle, but this was nice. Just got ahead of Madsen, didn't he? But couldn't quite complete the task. So Huff with the inbounds play. Kuppinen in the paint. Kuppinen trying to give him an outlet, does so, but it's not much of one. Back with Huff, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Salin for 3, off balance, rims out. And Janssenen with the foul. And they're starting to creep up now for Mikael Janssenen. Number 4 for him. Very quickly getting himself into foul trouble. Kalagin on 3, Antonov, Baburin, Kvostov on 2 each for Russia. Nice idea from Salin, but Kvostov had just done enough to get him off balance. And we still have a 2-point lead for Finland, which is not enough as it stands. Baburin inside to Antonov, such a presence at the low post. Huff's got his work cut out here. Needs some help from Madsen, does he? Oh, he steps away, Antonov. And he wants the crowd to give more, but he's giving plenty himself. 15 points now, 7 from 8. What a contribution he's made. And we're all tied at 71. Kuppinen, great bounce pass, finds Madsen, but he can't find his feet. Gets the ball okay. Baburin. Big 3-point play would really make a difference. Baburin got that. And even the calm Basarovic on the sidelines can't escape some emotion. Russia feel they're nearly there. Yevgeny Baburin delivering when it matters, as is Semen Antonov. Baburin's first name tonight, and here's Jamal Wilson.
Один на один фокус. Уж важно. Если ничего нет, то поменяться лучше. Сейчас, эй! Я слова, я слова. Нападение,
Вперед, Россия!
эй! Вперед, Россия! Нам повезло, он опять слился. Россия!
Еще вперед, Россия! Вперед, Россия!
Now, is this greater Russian depth going to make the vital difference here? Antonov, such a talent, started the game, but he's built. He didn't have the loudest of first halves, but he's certainly come good in the second. Finland now with it all to do, you think? Kurpinen, oh, back inside, magnificent play, and it falls for Madsen. And he'll get the and 1-2. The sort of inspiration this Wolfpack needs inside the last 5 minutes. What about this? Kurpinen over the top, and Madsen does so well to get ahead of Vorontsevich. We're going to go all over again, are we? Madsen makes the extra. We're tied at 74. Vorontsevich on 2 fouls. Alongside Antonov, Baburin, Kvostov and Kalagin. Here is Kalagin. Lost it. There was a reach in from Kurpinen. There's been plenty of fouls still to give here. Kurpinen, that's his first. Just reaching in for Salin, in fact, called for the foul, which is fair enough. His second. Vorontsevich, Baburin. Salin can't quite get to Kostov, but he's back there now. Madsen trying to get in his face too. Seconds running out. Who's going to get the rebound? Russia ball. Madsen just got a touch. It'll be so cruel on whichever team loses this one. You'd feel particularly for the Finns. There's Kalagin with the fadeaway, puts the Russians back in front. 2-point game. Finns need 5 more points minimum. Salin, he's contributed so much over the qualifying campaign. Neinen kicks it back out. And somehow Baburin's kept it in play all the way to the other end. Antonov decides we'll just call a halt. Wilson preparing to come back on court for Finland. Russians in control at the moment. Oh, that's a strong foul from Madsen. Still with a foul to give, though. Madsen steps out, as does Salin, I think. Yep. Madsen's third. Kostov having drawn the foul, though, still will not go to the line. Huff, Kurpinen, Kutsi, Lindbom and Wilson on the court for Finland. Here's Kvostov. Same 5 really driving it forward now for Russia. 4 seconds remaining on the shot clock, though. It's got to be Kvostov on his own. He makes it. 24-second violation before Vorontsevich got to the ball off the glass. It's fascinating for me as well how Detman, the Finnish coach, has just stayed on the sideline. He's allowed the assistants to take responsibility. Very unusual indeed. And here come his players once now. Köpinen to Huff. Sean Huff with a spin. Puts it back up. And the put back doesn't work. He's been there every step of the way on this qualifying campaign, Sean Huff. It will be cruel if they fall short narrowly here. Kulagin inside the last 3 minutes. Oh, Kalagin's lost it, but gets it back again. Vorontsevich for the three! Might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Russia up by 5. Finland needs to win by 3 as Köpinen on the drive draws the foul from Vorontsevich. Completely open Huff again, not for the first time. Trying to make up ground on his opponent. Baburin called for another foul. Salin back in for Huff. As Köpinen makes the first. 4 points in it, but in reality it's 7. Köpinen with 7 points. And it's now a 3-point game, and Gubinov comes back in. Kurbunov, rather, I should say, at the expense of Baburin. Russia will feel they have this game in their grasp. It's theirs to lose. It's tight margin, but they lead by 3, having trailed for long periods here. Kulagin to Vorontsevich from the corner. He just can't miss right now. 12 points to him. 4 from 8. Russia up by 6. This game's slipping from Finland's grasp now. Köpinen, it's blocked. And away come Russia now. Look at Bazarovich on the sideline there. Significant strides made. Kulagin. Shot clock running down. He's going to drive it up from the low post. Brushes off Salin. Foul called on the Finn. And here's the extra experience. All these players, of course, so used to playing alongside each other, both for club and country. It did look a little disjointed for the majority of the first half and elements of the third quarter, but they've got it together in this final quarter, and that might just force them over the line as Sean Huff comes back in for Carl Lindbom. Ooh, that's a rare slip from Kulagin. 8 from 14 to his name. 21 points. They all hope. 22 now for Kulagin. 7 points in front. Be a big day for Russian basketball, won't it? As Wilson can't find iron. They've been away from the big global gatherings for so long. Missed out in Spain in 2014. Missed out on Rio in 2016, but now they're within touching distance of a place in China later this year. And for a country with global potentials like Russia, it's been a very sore point as it comes off a finished touch. 4 seconds remaining on the play, 1:19 in the game. Looks like it's a Russian timeout. And they are the ones in charge now, leading by 7. Well, if it is to be heartbreak for the Wolf Pack, my word, they have been standouts throughout this qualification campaign. Might think about those 2 defeats to the Czech Republic in the first round. They split their games against Iceland as well, but in the second round, when you come up against France and Russia, lost in overtime at home to the Russians, of course, beat France in midweek. It's been quite a ride. It's not over yet either. Kvostov has to do it himself with the shot clock running out. It doesn't run out. Dmitry Kvostov coming up with the goods. Salin needs to do the same for Finland. And their key players have just gone cold at the wrong moments. Now it's not just a case of Russia believes, Russia escapes. Russia expects, rather. Wilson trying to drive it up the lane once more. Shakes off Kvostov. Huff the three. Can only find the rim once again. Quite a party inside the Molot right now. Not that you'd know it from Sergei Bazarevich's expression. This was Kvostov under serious pressure. Kuppinen doing his best. My word, doesn't the Kuppinen face say it all? Couldn't believe Kvostov had made that play. And he'll go to the line once again. Wilson picking up another foul. And this margin, if it is to be the final margin, rather cruel on the Finns. 1 from 2 in the end for Kvostov, who's, as ever, looks like he's not had any sleep in the last 2 or 3 days. Wilson on the fadeaway, still can't connect. And it's been rather limp from the Finns. 3 from 11 in this final quarter. Such a disappointing way for this fabulous qualifying campaign to end. Wilson has to retrieve it himself. Basket work counts. It'll be Russia ball, which is all a surprise to Jamal Wilson. And the crowd are off their feet now. And there'll be relief inside Russian basketball at this. Remember, they lost in Bosnia in the first round of qualifying, when they lost with all their big guns available. In the Czech Republic, there was a few concerns that they might struggle. But they've won 4 on a bounce. And they're in pole position to win 5 as Savic puts the icing on the cake. Wilson looking for Kuti. It's kept in bounds by Savic, who's been dynamite in this final quarter. Ukov looking to just hold on to the ball, celebrate the moment. It's one last layup, and they've done it. They had to come from 18 down, but for the first time in 7 years, Russia will be in a major global tournament. They're going to China, and they're going to the FIBA Basketball World Cup. 91-76, but my goodness, you have got to feel for Finland, who led by 18, whose players will be out on their feet. Jamal Wilson in particular, 18 points for him. So too Kuti with 13, mostly in the first half. Koivisto with 11 points too. Russia are there though, at last. And now they can start prepping to take on the world's best later this summer. And there's going to be a party in Perm, which, if you want to be a part of, you are most definitely invited to. They had royalty in Andrei Kirilenko inside the building. They had the expectations of a big basketball power to deal with, but they've come through. And despite that little wobble in the first quarter, they have made it. And they are traditionally slow starters, or at least they have been during this second round of qualifying. They've trailed in three of their previous 5 qualifiers after the first quarter, so perhaps it's not that much of a surprise they trailed, but it's probably a surprise that they trailed by quite how much. The show does indeed go on for the likes of Dmitry Kalagin. 22 points, 4 assists, his usual efficient self in the end. Kalagin also picks up 4 rebounds to his name as well. Great night of basketball. What this World Cup qualification process was designed to do. You always want it to go down to the last game. And this is a collection of some of the last few moments that put Russia there. Three-point shooting in the end was sublime in that final quarter, particularly for the Russians. Antonov was strong. And they were just so red hot. Make that 7 from 9 from three-point range in just that final quarter alone. And they had a couple of extras in the third quarter as well. Vorontsevich particularly effective, and 1 from the top of the key. Kvostov having 1 himself. And there was nothing that Coach Detman and his players could do about it. And it wasn't just one particular player that was producing some of this. It was, well, there was every opportunity for all of the players to contribute. It was magnificent entertainment. Vorontsevich with 3 of those 3-pointers, by the way. Kalagin really didn't contribute anything in terms of scoring, but Kvostov had a couple. And Baburin had his moments with Antonov, a threat both inside and out. It's going to be heartbreaking for Finland. But there's no question in the end that the Russians deserved it. And they will be in the draw, which takes place in Shenzhen with the likes of Kobe Bryant and co. on March the 16th. And there's the confirmation. Russia, in fact, finishing ahead of the Czech Republic for now at least. France play the Czech Republic in around an hour's time from now. But Finland must now concentrate on qualification for Eurobasket, along with Bulgaria and Bosnia-Herzegovina, who also play later today as well. Been a great privilege to bring you this one. Thank you for your company. Myself, Chris Edgerton, and the rest of the FIBA team, it's goodbye.